Okay, hello everybody. It is so good to be back here with you. This is What's the Tea with Nikkolayla, and I am so glad you showed up. So I have a very special guest here with me, as all my guests are special. But this brother, I just love him so much because when you have a funny bone inside of you, this brother activates it because he has a gift to do that, and he expands you in that joy. So he has a gift of joy and so many other gifts. So I'm so happy to welcome Dr.S here. I'm so grateful.
Yay! Hi, everyone.
Hi. So Dr.S, my show is about inspiration, joy, compassion, passion, and love.
Yes.
And so I want to know how today you have, with your inspiration of life, what brought you here today? Like, I want to know, I am so honored that you came to my show. I really am. I really
Can
am.
we explain, say you've been on many of my shows as well. So you were my inspiration. So to answer your question is, how could I not be here today?
Yes.
How could I not have the same honor and sitting here because you support me in my shows and doing what I do, the Dr.S Mind by Soul, What is Your Truth? So dealing with that and having you come in and support me on what I was doing, how could I not be sitting here today? So to answer that question is doing what you love to do and knowing that you are right now, today, on point, this second, this split microsecond that you are doing what you're supposed to be doing, and don't worry about nothing that you already did, and don't worry about what you got to do. Just enjoy what we're doing right now. That's how I do it. So when you put yourself in that little bit of a space,
Yes.
So you're gonna get me into it right now. We jump
Bring it on, bring it on.
So when you get into that little space,
Yes,
okay, that's not gonna use up all my energy. That's not gonna use up all my mindset and making my brain go crazy, trying to calculate, categorize, put things in boxes, and my brain is stored. No, I'm sitting here today, and you're on your couch here in the studio with you, and we're talking about love, compassion, joy, peace, and that's exactly how I feel right now because my energy is in the now, present. Don't give any more energy to anything at any time. Take time a little off the wall a little bit and just stay in present.
Yes.
I know it's hard because I'm a busy person. I'm around a lot of energy. I'm around a lot of people all day. And it's kind of hard. But that is when I say you become a warrior of your strength so that you know, okay, when I'm in that battlefield, so to speak, and I got to be all aligned and I got to stay in tune for who? For me.
Right.
Then I can give my love. I can give my joy. I can give my peace, whatever that other person needs. I have it in the storage buckets.
Right.
I can give it to them only because I'm aligned. If I'm not aligned, I can't give it to you.
Right.
Because I might spill it.
Right.
Then you miss your blessing. That's a responsibility I take. And I say we all have to take. It's the same thing in psychology. They say when you are helping someone and you're trying to put them on their path, maybe because of addiction or whatever it is that they're dealing with, well, you got to take responsibility of what you're talking with them about. Because if they're at a vulnerable state and they listen to what you say and they say, you said that I was supposed to do this, that's taking responsibility.
Right.
So I turn that and inadvertently put that on me and say, I got to stay sure that I'm strong, aligned, and then whatever God is telling me, oh, you got to go give that person joy. You got to go give that person a smile. You got to go give that person, a hug.
Right.
And mean it. Not like that little,
Right.
No, mean it. I take that, all those little things, and those are all little gifts, so to speak, some people think, but those are all great gifts that I take seriously.
Yes.
And I'm conscious of it. And that took time. That took so much time and training.
Right.
Falling on my face, getting angry, getting, frustrated. Like, why can't I do this?
Right.
Why do other people, like you used to do to me 6 years ago.
What did I do?
Yeah.
What did I do?
Wait, this is spill the tea, right?
Spill the tea. Have some tea. Take some tea. Enjoy some tea.
This is when I say, like, you're the person, if you realize, if you think back, is when I was just an awakening soul, just a little baby coming out onto the news.
Blossoming.
Yeah, blossoming. And you used to talk some language and tell me what to do. And I used to look at you and be like, Okay, all I said was I was happy and I meditated for 2 minutes and I was really good. You're telling me to do all these other things. And I'm like, what? And I remember in that growth process of saying is like, we fortunately here in Las Vegas, we have a lot of buffets. So the thing is, today you're gonna take this. You want to learn about, Kundalini or Reiki or just plain simple yoga.
Yeah.
Then that's what you do until you're done and you got your fulfillment. And then I found out like megahertz. What's megahertz and the singing bowls and didn't know none of that. But all I know is as I was growing into it, remember those body quivers I would tell you about?
Yes, yes,
Woo!
yes.
You just hear that loud bing and the whole body would just quiver like, oh my goodness, what is that? Never experienced that. But remember, you were that person in my life during that process that you kept throwing things at me, whether I needed it or not. You put it in my court. And then when the time was ready, I was like, oh, wait a minute. I remember how she said it. Let me try it. And maybe I looked up something on YouTube or it was a meditation or an author of a book or just whatever. And then I grew into the incense and the crystals and doing all the oils. Now forget it. I got my own zhuzh and my own regimen. It's like.
So he said he's talking about bringing heaven to earth.
Oh my God.
Bring it on in. Come on now. Bring it.
Okay. The experience that I like to share about is like, I believe, I mean at heart, I am a Christian at heart. I believe in God, the Holy Spirit. So the thing is, that's my source. So I get right into source, and that's Holy Spirit to me. And I believe that. I believe if we can take like a zipper, and I can unzip this and open it up, I can see the other realm. I totally believe. So in my words, I say it's a veil. Right? Yes. We're living in physical worlds opposed to the other realm of spirit realm. Okay, good. Now, one day I was sitting there in my house, and both my parents have crossed over, and I love them dearly. They lived with me, whatever. One day I'm putting on the music because I'm cleaning the house, and it was one of my father Barry White songs, And I must have been like, I don't know, 4 years old, and he used to play the music all the time. Yeah. We grew up with music, right? Yes. Okay, so I'm cleaning. I'm like, hey, Dad, look at this. I'm singing, doing. And I'm standing in my foyer, my hand on my dining room chair. And the angle that is I can look into my kitchen and I can pan around my whole entire room. In that moment, I was in that very excitable moment. I was connected to my father, my mother. I felt that because it was just a good joy, like connecting. I kid you not. The veil went down, and I looked at the kitchen. All my aunts, my uncles, and relatives was at the kitchen, at the island, in the table, on my sofa, on my dining room table. So when I went and panned around, I felt that joy of my family. I'm getting goosebumps just all over right now. And that's the moment. I'm like all the way down, all the way down, just head to toe. That's how I know the Holy Spirit is always around me. And when I tell this story, and I'm just trying to say is, how do I make people feel what I just felt? Because I was just anointed just now.
Yes.
My whole energy just went now. And when I panned around and I went back to the beginning, my first sight of when I saw my relatives, it went back up. It went shh. And I came back into reality world of saying there was nobody there. Obviously, you say there's nobody. The physical eyes could not see.
Right.
But then I say, but my heart and my soul with faith knows that they're there. And that's what gives you the peace and comfort. So I'm a big person that likes to tell people we have loved ones that cross over. Right? We do here in physical world to make our joy, to find our destiny, do our process, do the work.
Yes.
Do the work, right?
Yes.
But we're going to come across over time, the crossover, and we're going to enter a new realm in our authentic, true, spirit, full self. And I want to get excited, like to say, don't waste your time in physical world carrying this baggage. Yes, I love my mother. Yes, I love my father. Yes, I see a Hallmark commercial. I get teary-eyed. Yeah. But you know what happens with me? I immediately go into third eye, into spirit world, like this. That's a practice. And my mother says, I'm over here. Don't go physical. I'm over here.
Right.
I literally hear her. Yes. And then that feeling in physical form goes away. And I'm not that emotional. Right. So I want to share that. Like you say, you want to give people joy. You want to give people that peace and love. And they want to know their purpose. That's it.
Yes.
I want to teach that. I want to give people that. They always say, oh, Dr.S, you're so energetic. Where do you think I get the energy from? I I don't stop at the AM, PM and gas up, get some fuel.
You are actually tuned in, turned on, because it's awesome.
Turned on.
It's consistently going in. It's like energy keeps
constant.
constantly coming into him.
But I love the beginning of my stories because, again, you taught me, like you were the only, you and a dear friend of ours, Claire Thomas.
Yes.
And you guys showed me
She's been on the show.
Yeah, she's on the show here, sitting on the couch.
Yes.
Spilling some tea.
What's
we
the
need
tea?
teacups.
I know.
We need teacups.
Well,
but anyway.
I know he wanted some tea because I asked him if he wants some tea. But plus, well, actually, no, I didn't ask you because the first part of my show of the day, I don't usually have tea, but
that's fine. But I'm saying is teaching people how to open up. Now, I had my experiences with myself physically and spiritually. I had the download. I had those experiences, and that is the process that everyone needs to go through to understand who they are and what their journey is and what their purpose is.
Right.
Keep it clean, keep it simple. That's how I always been, right? I've always said that to you. Because if she would tell me stuff, I'd be like, oh, that's too much. I can't handle it. But she needs that for her. But then I come back later and say, what you say? I need it now. You didn't throw it away, did you? And so that's what I'm saying. When people realize how that is, and when they start connecting, their worlds will be opening. The language they hear will make sense. It won't be like muttering or you were a mutter to me. It was like you were speaking English, but I heard and I, okay, whatever. Didn't know what that meant. You know what I'm saying? When you tell me things, or you gave me those meditations that were like megahertz 900, and I was on megahertz 2. It was like blew my ears. I was like, what is that noise? I was like, ew. Now it's like I can't get enough. Like I need 900 megahertz times 12 to get me to my starting point, right? To get up there. And
he's always been a high energy anyway.
Person. Yeah. But it's so funny that you say that because that was another experience. People always say that, right? They love to characterize you and give you your characteristics and tell you what your personality is. Right. And I felt that. I felt like my head was on the ceiling. But yeah, I couldn't push through.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I was stifled, right?
You.
Now, because of I do my meditations, I do my prayers, I do those things, and just saying that, like I was telling someone you earlier and Amy last night, I may wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning, but that meditation, I'm meditating for 4 hours, but the body is sleeping, the body is resting. You don't need the body to do anything. As a matter of fact, you go to sleep because we got work to do. The spirit. Me and my spirit have work to do in the spirit world. I need to find out information. I need to find out what needs to be done, what needs to be healed.
Right. Well, he came in as a higher dimensional being. I mean, just to let you know, even though he was like, I feel stifled, it's because he was waiting to crack through that space and just like bust open.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. That was a big aha. And then my own experiences with God directly. And being downloaded. I mean, literally, I remember being downloaded and I was pushed down to the floor and it was just going. And I woke up in the physical world, rubbing my head like, ow!
Wow, your crown.
What happened last night? And I remember it hurting. Like it literally, someone hit me on the head or something. But then I remember my beautiful experience of seeing Jesus in spirit and him descending and coming through my body and woke me up.
Wow.
And that was a beautiful thing. As well as our loved ones that come and, that we say they're amongst us, right?
Yes, they're always here. They never leave us.
They never leave us. They're here. And so the thing is, when my mother a year ago passed away, I grieved. And I always said, I didn't want to. I always said, Mom, make sure I don't grieve, And about a week later after her passing, I was in my room. Now, again, you're wide awake, not physically, spiritually. The room lit up in this beautiful white light. And it was just, I saw her, I turned my head and looked, and there's her soul with all these other souls feeding her the energy that she needed because she was too new. She didn't know how to work in energy world yet. She wasn't strong enough. But she had support beyond hundreds. She came down and she laid right here on my chest. And I'm looking down, watching, and I'm seeing the light and everything. The light go, like that's what it looked and sounded to me in physical world. And she goes, no talking, but telepathically.
Right.
I knew everything was going on.
Exactly.
No physical talking. And it was going on and on and on and on. And then all of a sudden, when I'm going to say she was done,
yes,
it went like, it ripped the room, got like dark, like to our reality here.
Yes.
I woke up and I felt that. And then I took a minute to go like do a radar on myself, like, okay, am I okay? Like, where am I? And then when I tuned in, I was like, oh, this is healed.
Wow.
This is healed. I'm not pain no more.
Wow.
So it was the matter of the heart, right?
Yeah.
And so that's what my mother did. She came back and she made sure that she healed my heart and my soul and the memory of my soul. Because I didn't want my soul to have that memory. I refused it. I did not want it. And it was just great. So, but the teachings of that is I had to go through that so I can experience it so that I can teach other people and pull them up.
Right.
And that's a big thing. That's another thing with Dr.S. My boss, what is truth. I learned it's very hard to learn this, to go through this, but you don't get soft-hearted. Don't be too compassionate. Oh, I'm so compassionate. That you go down to their level and that you think you're going to try to bring them up. That's not how it works.
Right.
You've got to stay where you are.
Exactly.
And through love or words or actions, however other way you want to do it, you will rise them up in their time. Right. Not your time.
Right. Because everybody's not always ready for what you have to say. And so here's the thing. Something that Dr. S shared with me, because I've done this with my sister-in-law, because of who I am, because I'm a higher dimensional being as well. So what happens is when you're speaking stuff out, because I'm speaking stuff spiritually, and I'm not actually figuring out whether you know this or not, your soul knows the truth. Your soul always knows the truth. In this physical realm, we don't, it's like you need to catch up to that eventually, and you will, but your soul is like, thank you, come on, bring it on. I know it. I know what you mean. I'll try to find it. But in the reality of space, it's like, what the hell did she just say? I don't understand what you're talking about. And it's like, okay, well, you will when it's time. But I know I'm not giving my pearls to swine, because I know that you know. But you might not know right now, but you know.
You need to store it.
Yeah.
Because you're going to need it later.
Because you have it.
Yeah, the purpose was, so let's say this here, because I like this, what you're saying. That's powerful what you're saying. People say, oh, this happened by coincidence. No, take the word coincidence out of your vocabulary. When something happens and you have that so-called aha or, oh, isn't that coincidence? Don't do that. Switch your mindset and say, how'd that make me feel? And where do I need that? If you can't relate to what you just said, you're saying things and you don't know what it is, you're not wasting your so-called pearl seeds in that person. Is that you don't need it right now, but you're going to need it later. Yes. So I'm in connecting with you. Yes, I might be of a higher being, a higher intellect for you right now. That's okay. That's why we're mentors and teachers and things. So the thing is, that's okay. Just put it to the side, maybe put it on your shelf or put it where it's visual. But there's going to be a day that you're going to have that aha, and you're going to need that. And you're going to say, oh my goodness, thank God she gave me that. Yeah. That's just what I needed today. Yeah. And I'm the here, now, present moment cheerleader. That's all I worry about.
Yes, yes, yay!
Yeah.
So when you talk about all the experience that you had with your mother and not holding on to the pain, and actually your mother actually coming to assist in the healing process of your heart, the joy, at any time did you feel there was a missing of the joy within
because let's just go in general in grieving. You're gonna have anger, you're gonna have depression, you're gonna have why did this happen? Because you don't know. Because my mother was not sick, and she just died within 48 hours of getting stomach cramps to taking her last breath in my arms. We went out to dinner. She went to work the day before. Like, there was no sign. But here's the story. You want the story?
Yes, I want to give it.
You want the tea?
Give me the tea.
Here's the tea.
Ting, ting.
For many people who know me, is that, you say, all right, culturally, I'm Italian. Oh, I might be called a mama's boy, right? All the years of growing up and stuff. But the true story is that God said to me that he had to take my mother home. To get her out of the way, because I kept putting her in the way for me to get to my destiny.
Yep.
She died April 5th, 2018. February 2018 to April, on Sundays, because I would have my alone time, and she'd be out of the house, go to church, and then she'd go out with her friends, so a little bit more of my alone time. I would get that gnawing feeling like she was taken away from me. And I don't mean like she went out or something. I mean she was gone, that she passed or something. And I would always direct it to my father trying to take her, to heavens, right? And I would say, Dad, go back. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. And so, again, bringing up the story, it wasn't that he was trying to show me what it's going to feel when it happens. So he was trying to prepare me what it was going to be like. Not that you can be prepared for it. It is what it is. Yes. But the point was, God then came to me directly through the Holy Spirit, came to me and said, I took your mother home because we waited long enough for you to get to your destiny. And I got a life story.
There it is.
I mean, I got a life story. Listen, he knocked me down to wake me up.
Right.
He knocked me down and threw my butt in a jail cell. That's my story. And I was dressed in full Prada, and here I'm sitting in a jail cell, stripped of everything, and said, you're so stubborn, you don't listen. And I'm going to rip you of everything of this earthly stuff until you do. And that's when it started 7.5 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. But because we're like flowers that blossom. Oh, and flowers.
Flowers for the lady.
Oh, they're so beautiful. Dr. S gave me these beautiful flowers. I said, these flowers are so, and they're real. I said, they're so real, they look fake.
They look fake, I know.
Because I'm like, they're gorgeous. So thank you. And they're cyclamen.
They open up. But I'm just saying, that's what people need to know. Feel, because you're bringing that. You want to feel joy. You want to feel peace. You want to feel love. Well, if you don't have open space to allow it. And then you're going to give me an attitude. And then I'm going to hear all the white noise, because I'm a counselor by day, of why you're so miserable when love, joy, and peace is right here by your face. But you refuse to look at it. What do you want us to do? You just put a brick wall in front of your face, and it doesn't have to get a chisel. Start chiseling it away. But they don't want to do the work. That's the work. See, that's the work. And they don't want to go through the process. So it's just a matter of, the bottom line is, again, how I like to keep things simple, is that you just got to be around enough. You got to keep loving them. Keep giving them a pearl. Keep giving them a crumb. Keep saying good morning. And then pull back. And then one day, because I have a friend, can I share this story? Yes. I have a friend who he just loves to call himself an atheist. So this is like being in the playground. We're gonna play a game. I don't know. So you're an atheist, okay? So we'll play a game. Okay, you're an atheist. I'm a Christian. Oh, we can't talk. Oh, because you don't believe in God, and you want to do this. And so so we I mean, he's a wonderful person. I mean, I just love him to death. Yes, that's beautiful. Yeah. But then when he wants to prove me wrong, he starts throwing scriptures from the Bible. So I said, so you're trying to go to the Bible of what you don't believe. Right. That you're going to try to prove me wrong of what I believe through the tool that I live by. So I just sit there and I said, I don't care what scripture, Genesis 1:1 or Revelations 30:21. Right. I don't care which one you give me. Right. The point is, your nose is in that book, and when you're done, let me know. He believes in every atheist, and this is just my take on it. Every atheist believes in some higher existence. Because here's the thing. No, this is scientific. What's that? They don't believe in anything supernatural. If it's not scientifically proven, they don't want to know about it. But in order for them to breathe, to live, to have joy, to have inspiration of any kind of existence, it doesn't matter if you believe that there's nothing on the planet. Your life cannot reveal nothing. It has to show something. So no matter what you believe, and it's okay whatever you believe, because as you can see, he still loves his brother. He still loves him. No matter what. Because he believes a piece of his spirit lives in me. So when he passes, it doesn't go any further, in his words, it doesn't go up or go into the universe. It stays, the physical body is obviously dead. And then his spirit is now living in me, his wife, his friends, which is still true. But what he doesn't say is that his authentic, true self of where his spirit,
his highest sovereign being,
correct,
uh-huh,
is not going up higher to
right,
where you originated from.
right. And in some ways he's right, in some ways he's wrong. And the only reason why I would say that is because your belief, whatever you are trusting in, can set you where that it's like, okay, I'm here. However, we're all going to expand no matter what.
Whether you like it or not.
No, yeah, because you're giving experiences. If you're here on the planet, let me tell you, if you're here on the planet, and the great thing is, the great and good thing is he's interacting with an energetic being, and he
Right.
don't have a clue.
Right.
He doesn't even have.
He's drawn to it.
Yeah, he's drawn to
the
it.
energy.
He's like, I'm drawn to your. I don't know why. Right,
See,
because it's something inside
same
of you.
thing too.
Your
Like
soul.
even with my Dr.S business
Yeah.
and stuff, like like when we first met,
Yes.
and even the language,
Mhm.
and not to offend anyone, you use what is right for you. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And like for me, people talking spirit and the
Yes.
universe and this and that. And it was one time I remember I was doing my radio show, and my mother was my number one fan. She would listen to every shows, and she said to me when I called, as soon as I get out, Mama, how did you like it? It was good. And I said, oh yeah, but can you do me a favor? And I'm like, oh no. Here comes Mom. I said, what, Mom? She goes, when you talk about the universe, can you just add something before it so it fits right? And I said, well, what do you want me to say, Mom? She says, I want you to say the creator of the universe.
Creator of the universe.
Okay, so
yes.
now, I just want you to marinate on that.
Yes.
If I just say the universe, okay, what do you feel? You feel, oh, big, open, wow. But when I say the creator of the universe, guess what? In my head,
yes,
the universe became this small.
Really?
Became this small because when I say the creator,
oh,
the creator of the universe, that makes that the creator God is much bigger than the universe.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
So, and there's universes.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
It's
so for her, she's like, can you just say the creator of the universe? And then she goes, and then whatever you want to say, you say after that. So I was like, okay, Mom, I can make you happy, yes. And it's true. And then I also, in my language, I added the word Holy Spirit. I don't just say spirit.
Yes.
Because my belief is that Jesus came to earth in physical form, just you and I. Mm-hmm. And for him to talk to his own Father, because of the purity of what represents the physical body, he needs the Holy Spirit to make that bridge to be then looked at pure and connected. And that's why whatever religions, it's fine what you believe. I'm not the judge of religions. Yes. I'm just saying the process for me is I'm in physical form. I need the bridge to the holier than thou in my head of holier than thou, which is God. Yes. He sees no evil, no darkness, no nothing. Yes. So for me to even be represented, right, just like you go to court and the judge, you need a lawyer. Well, the Holy Spirit is my lawyer to cleanse me and purify me in that moment that I need to talk to God.
Okay, gotcha.
That's how I live.
Okay.
That's what my source is.
All right.
I would say to people, you plug a toaster in the wall. But unless you put the bread in and turn the toaster on, yes, it's not going to do nothing. It's not going to activate nothing. There's not going to be no toasted bread.
The connection.
On both ends.
Right.
In agreement.
Right. Yes. They need to communicate.
They need to communicate and come to agreement. Right. And know where you're at. And if you're not at a good place, thank God. You know that you're not at a good place. Start doing your happy dance.
Yeah. So Dr. S, okay, so inspiration and actually tuning into more of loving yourself, when did you realize that you began to love more of yourself? Like
that really was never a hard part.
I figured that.
I always loved myself because I always knew I was different.
Right.
Just not to be silly, but I always knew I was unique and different. Right. And I always felt of royalty. Yes. And I always felt that I was the best of the best. Yes. And I don't mean that narcissistically or egotistically. I'm just saying, if I'm a child of God and I'm a king of royalty.
Right. We're divine beings.
Divine beings, right. So
step into it.
Now it's time to get your legs and be like, this feels good. All right. Yes. I feel good.
Clothes. Right.
And I mean, the joke for me too is I always say, you talk about loving yourself. Yes. I look in the mirror every morning. I say, you good looking thing. If I could clone you, I would marry you.
I remember that one. I remember that.
I still say that because I think I am just you know, the bomb.
The cat's meow,
Yes.
as they say. Yes,
And I
do
don't
the same
need,
thing.
and it's like, I don't need no one else's approval.
It's
If
true.
I'm walking out the door and I get that side look in the mirror and go, look at you, then that makes me feel good in here.
It's true.
So if you want to look at this, go right ahead. But this in here,
You are your best. So, you know,
Yes.
what Dr. S is, he's sharing that you are the best one to love you. When you look at it, I would always tell people, I'm like, get naked, you know, and I know that, you know, with some women, they're like, I can't get naked. I'm like, oh God, what? Get naked.
I love every single flaw.
You're the only one looking at you. So love everything about you because your creation is the beauty of the essence. This is your outfit. That's your first outfit.
Go deeper. Let's go deeper.
Okay.
When you're looking at yourself like that, and you're looking through the eyeballs, and the eyeballs say, "Oh, look at this over here. Oh, look at this over here." Okay, that's physical.
Yeah.
Now sit down and look in the mirror and look into your eyes, and look inside, and tell me what you find. You might not find what you like either, but then that's when you know the work's got to start. And then when you get that so-called messiness or unsatisfactionness, then you know this will beam out.
Right.
People won't even look at you. You could be, I say this respectfully, you could be 200-300 pounds, but if you got the inside and your soul connected,
yes,
you will look so beautiful. Everybody would want what you have.
Right.
It doesn't matter what, like, get the inside fixed, and then once the inside's fixed, you will beam such bright light that you will be a beautiful goddess. Whatever you say, whatever you're wearing, people are like, where'd you get that? I want that. That's going to make me feel good. But then, of course, you're going to tell them, well, that's not what it is. It's because how you feel.
Right. Well, you know what? One of the things, just like I'm talking about going and looking in the mirror, and then how you were saying I could clone I could clone myself. When you're speaking the words out of your mouth, speak the words as though they were. When you speak them out of your mouth, they come to fruition. They create. So when you keep telling yourself, I'm beautiful, even if you at the moment you're like, I'm not believing that, or best thing to do is not, I don't even want to start there. Just say, I have nice teeth. I have nice hair. I like this on me. Say something that you actually like.
Something positive.
Start there. If you can't say to yourself, I'm beautiful. Oh my God, I'm gorgeous. Oh my God, look at me. Oh. You know, just like Dr. S said, it's not being in a narcissistic way. It's you are your first love. And if you love yourself, that is the essence of Prime Source Creator. You are walking in your divinity, and you're being that light of love. So,
and the next step to that is then how do you expect to love somebody else? And then how do you expect that person to love you because then they don't love themselves? So it's a give and take. So that's where when you grew up and you heard about relationships and stuff like that. Right. Oh, it's give and take. Oh, you got to give a little, get a take a little. Stop there. Stop there. I'm not taking nothing from you and you're not taking nothing from me. I got to be whole with me because no matter what you do that the rest of the world might think that it's stupid or dumb or whatever, yes, it won't appear that way because that's not my eye, and I'm saying through my third eye, meaning my spiritual eye, my authentic self eye of I'm whole. When things are good, those other things, it doesn't even exist.
Right, they don't.
It doesn't even exist. It's not even trying to talk about it.
Exactly.
It doesn't exist. So let's go to ground zero, get our inner soul, our inner being, ourselves worthy of getting that child in us, forgive that child, all this stuff you've been through, leave it with physical. It is wonderful to live in physical world and letting go of it as if we crossed over. You understand what I'm saying? It's like when the soul leaves the physical body, everything's done. Yeah. Arguments are done, relationships, like everything's done, right? You got no more bills. Okay, go with me here. It's a little to the left, I know. But if you can, in your mindset, say, I'm going to let go of everything people said to me. I'm going to change this computer in my head. I'm going to hit Control Alt Delete, Control Alt Delete. Oh, I want to keep that one, so we'll control this. This is good. And you just start going around like that, and you don't hang on to I'm trying to make her happy.
Right.
Listen, I cannot make her happy.
Not supposed to.
Exactly, not supposed to.
Don't want you to either, because you wouldn't be able to do it right. Only you can. Only the person that is living in your body can do that for you.
And when you reach your limit,
right.
it's going to spill over, and then you're going to make somebody happy. They're like, oh, thank you so much.
And it's okay. So this is inspiration, is what we're talking about. And so, Dr. S, you live your inspiration by doing your it's not a product. It's your expansive creation of what's your truth. Dr. S, what's your truth? Mind, body, spirit. I mean, mind, body, soul. I'm sorry.
What is your truth? Right.
What is your truth? So Dr. S lives by his inspiration of what he teaches and what he's sharing on his TV show. So share with everybody.
So what do? So 7 years ago, long story short, I did start radio. I'm off the radio right now. Now I'm just being visitors, guests on radios. But I had my own talk radio show for 5.5 years, which she used to come and once a month, and we used to do just what we're doing here now, like this. I do my live Facebook every Sunday. So if you're friends with me, so it's under Casper Sesto. If you want to get on my Facebook or my Dr. S Mind by Soul, you can find me on Facebook. You can also, through my Facebook though, you can also I do a once a month live TV stream show that is WCOBM.TV. I do that every third Monday of the month. So my website is drsmindbodysoul.com, and my email is drslvnv@yahoo.com. Those are all the different places you can find me, and you can email me. You can talk. We can talk whatever topics, what have you, what we do. You can tap in, and you can do one-on-ones with me, and all those different things. So the thing is, again, my purpose is to enlighten the direction of your journey, not to live your journey, not to tell you what your journey is, but just to shed the light on the road. Not only that you see in front of you, but you have a little direction of what you see far ahead. And the one thing I like to say is, because I'm a big fan too, I always tell everybody, when you get in my car, you're going to hear no music, you're going to hear Joel Osteen. And the one thing he talks about is, how you're driving, you're looking at a big, huge window, right?
Yes.
And then you look through a little bitty mirror just to see where you were and what's behind you.
Right.
Well, there's a reason for that. I don't want to remember what was behind me. I already passed it. I might look back in the past. Oh, remember that memory when I was a little boy? Oh, that's enough. Let me go on pressing.
Right.
And I want to see where I'm going.
Right.
And the window's bigger. The picture's bigger.
That's so true.
And so that's the analogy that I like to live by, because I don't want to go back. Yes, I want to go back and think memories like of my mom, my dad, my aunts, my uncles, a kid when I was on the beach. Yeah, they're good memories. But the thing is, when it goes to negative, now for our, not atheists, I don't say it that way, scientific people, metaphysically, when you, like say someone died, and here it is a year later, 5 years later, 10 years later, and you literally, when they say relive the moment, what you are metaphysically doing is you are recalling those cells into alignment of that exact time and moment, because every cell has a memory that played a role for you to experience that so-called negative memory or pain, or someone who was raped. Like they could have been raped 20 years ago, but mostly when a woman or a man, men too, tell the story, they tell it in present moment of the past.
And they're feeling the emotions.
And they're feeling the emotions. So you say, how? Well, metaphysically speaking, all that moment was captured in memory. So just think on how your body was made. And do it. So this is where, this makes me, I gotta sit up a little bit. This is where I'm saying, this is where law of attraction comes. If we can go backwards and recreate the cells to remember doing, okay, now go with me. Now I'm going to go present moment. And I love present, because here we are, we're present. This is fun. We're doing my cells are remembering all this. It's recording. Now, let's just go upstairs for a minute and let's use imagination. Let's just ponder and say, boy, it's going to be great going into the car and driving to the beach, feeling that breeze and the smell of the ocean. Oh, I love the smell of the ocean. Oh, it's going to be so good. Oh, breathe it in, breathe it out. Your cells are recording that.
Yeah.
And giving you the memory and giving you the experience, right?
Right.
So if you can stay in that mindset, that mode, and say, if I manifested something from the past, why can't I gravitate to manifest something I want from my future into present?
Right. And you can, because you're a creator.
Right.
He's speaking about creation. So when you're...
Inspiration.
Yes. So with my show, Inspiration, in order for you to be a part of being a master creator, you need love, you need joy, you need compassion, you need passion, you need all of those wonderful, and you need inspiration. So what he's talking about is you need to be inspired in that moment to actually move into that space of your imagination, to create the experiences that you want to have ongoing. It's like, you know what? I see myself living near a beach. And what does that look like? What does that feel like? Who am I interacting with? What kind of conversations am I having? Am I laughing? Am I filled with joy? Oh my God, I have my drink and I'm sitting back and I'm just like hanging out. I'm on the beach and I'm enjoying myself. Hey, Dr.S, I see Dr.S walking down the beach enjoying himself. And, and all my friends and family, it's like, yeah. That's it. That's what I want. You can create whatever you want through all those, through all of those inspirations and all that Dr.S, you assist people by releasing and letting go of pain and anguish and hurt. So I got a question for you. So are you doing private sessions with people?
Yeah, I'm just starting to do that with sessions with them and doing where they can email. Well, first I do email me, and then we'll do this FaceTime and stuff and all the technicalities of doing with that. But yes, I do.
So
yes, we do.
So I'm gonna post all of Dr. S's information so you'll know how to reach him. So if you can give touch on how when people have come to see you, what have you noticed in the shift in the change in their lives? Like what's occurred for them? Like what kind of joy or change?
This is my experience. Going through my process this last 7.5 years of getting to where I am today, right? Is saying that when I'm talking to somebody, and because of I'm going to say it this way, my sensitivity of the skill of knowing, of listening, not to the physical, but listening to their heart and their soul, that I connect to spirit world, and they tell me what to tell them back. So in the reaction of them receiving, their joy, their momentum starts spiraling and going up and going up and going up to the point where I can't even control it. I just go back like this and say, how do you feel? Because I see it, I feel it. And they're like, oh, what did you do? I didn't do anything. You did it. It's just that you used my energy and we brought it to you and you received it. So when you understand the concept of letting go, open up, and allow to receive. That's it. Keep it simple. Don't try to figure out every second, every move. Just don't. Just live in present.
So you're assisting people in releasing the stuff that's actually holding on to them. And he's touching on the baggage, any baggage that you've held on. Because here's the thing, if you're going to live a life with more joy, kindness, inspiration, compassion for others, and actually live out your passion, because we're right now living in our passionate space, enjoying what we're doing, laughing. And that's one of the things that I loved about going to Dr. S's show when he had his radio show, is that there was so much joy, and I was living portion of my passion, and he was creating his passion. But I was on the, I'm like on the sidelines. It's like I'm like dipping into my passion. It's like, okay, I'm gonna take it. I'm poking my toe in. So if you can find something in your life that can bring that passion in, that's something that you like, and even if you want to just dip your toe in, just feel it. Just keep dipping. If you want to be around the people who are doing the things that you want to do, be inspired, be in that imaginative space, be in that visualization space, and create from there.
This is what Joel says, and I like this saying. When you're around a circle of people and you're the smartest one in the group, it's time to move. Time to find new friends, because you now are not going to evolve. Don't get to the point like, listen, people think just because education-wise I have a PhD, so what? It doesn't mean, not that it doesn't mean anything. It was an accomplishment in my life. great, I did it.
Yes.
And there was reasons why I did it. But I say, I'm not the smartest person in the world. What the PhD did for me was allow me to understand how to find the answers and the resource to get the questions answered that I need answered.
Wow.
Period. That's all. I'm connected.
Yes.
I'm just connected to certain databases that I can go look up information that maybe just, average Joe can't. Right? But rightfully so, because you earned it and what have you.
Right.
But the point is, me personally, I don't store all that in my head. I don't worry about knowing everything. I'm just as curious as you are.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay. Oh, that's what it is? Oh, well, good. Okay, thank you.
He lives by inspiration, is what he's saying.
Totally what I'm
Inspire.
But inspired was when you were talking, what spirit, the spirit talk.
Yes.
What's saying is evolving. If you don't allow yourself to evolve, I don't like the word change. In my show, I say I don't use the word change. I don't know if you remember this.
Yes, I remember.
And I say because change for people is a negative switch. It means something bad or negative. That's where they go. They go to the negative side of the situation. I say, no, we're not going to change. We're just going to shift. We're going to move. Yeah. Now, to me, that feels lighter.
Yeah, it does.
That feels comfortable. I won't lie. Feels safe.
Right.
I feel safe. Eternal clock.
Right.
I'm safe. As soon as you said change, wait, ding, 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 ding. What are you doing? Don't touch that. Leave it alone. I'm very comfortable here.
Right.
So let's not change. Let's shift and move.
Right.
So I want to shift to the left, shift to the right. I want to move up a little higher.
Right.
Because I can't see no more.
So it's one step at a time. It's just all you do is one step at a time. Because
and enjoy that process.
Yes.
It's like when you have a baby.
It's that journey.
You go from newborn to toddler. Yeah. And then I've been hearing mothers lately. I don't know why I'm hearing this a lot. But the mothers are going through the stage of, do you remember when they were 2 years old? No, they're 35 now. Why are you trying to remember?
Remember them while they're 35.
Yeah, they're 35 years old. They're trying to remember when they were 2.
There's something beautiful about that 35-year-old.
So, but they a lot of times they're expressing that they didn't enjoy that moment because they were so overwhelmed because the baby was getting up 4 times a night. And then You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying what you just said. Enjoy that process of the baby steps of getting. You might look at us and say, "Oh, I wish I was there. I want to feel like the way they're feeling."
Right.
Well, you didn't get here. And I didn't get here overnight.
It's true.
This was a process.
Yes,
mine took 7.5 years. Yours took a year. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. Yeah. Time doesn't exist in the world. So don't measure it.
Right.
Just feel it. Feel what you feel right now, today.
Yeah.
That's it.
Dr. S touched on something, and I got this particular revelation. I don't remember. Oh, I was straightening up and preparing for the show today, and I have been bogged down with time things myself before, and I was like, just do what you need to do. Don't worry about how much time you need to do it.
Look, you don't see no paper in front of us.
Yes,
we're not talking from a script.
We don't want any.
I started to years ago just to have bullet, but. Every time I put that paper in front of me, I never said what was on the paper because Spirit would come in, she would start talking, and then we'd talk about this, and then we get inspired, and then we started creating, then we would say, and then we got inspired. And then I look at her, the hour was over, I'm like, I had a whole page of notes here, we didn't say nothing on the paper. So that's how it is. So I think your audience, or anyone, just even one person, that's what I believe. If one person's watching this and you think that we're a comedy or you just enjoy that we laugh or look happy, that is our point. You can have the same thing once you get yourself fixed. Find the person in the physical world, and she was one of them. I'm very blessed with many, but she was one of them in the beginning that gave me the tools and started talking and learning and understanding. Something she said, and I was like, this girl is crazy.
He never divulged that to me.
I never said it to her. I said, she is crazy. Oh my Lord. And I never said it. I said, okay, thank you. But then down the road, I was only wanting to say applesauce, and she was trying to give me steak. I didn't want to chew on the steak. My gums were hurt. I just wanted some, and she was trying to give me the steak. And I'm like, but she didn't know that. But then later on,
his soul knew the soul knew.
The soul knows where to gravitate you to.
Yeah.
So I always like to say this too. Make believe you go in the canoe, get the oar, and throw them out. Just wear your safe jacket, just in case it tips over. I don't want you to be safe. But just throw the oars out and just let it go. And just be like this. Oh, look at that over there. Oh, look at that over there. Oh, that's nice. You know, and let it just flow through you. Because I want to say this, and I'm going to shut up after this. I want to say this. The way I believe is this. The way I connect to Source and the way I connect to God is this. Whenever I'm going through something, He always gives me the strength to go through it. And I always try to find the lesson to learn from it. Number 2, I put my feet up and I put my head on the pillow and I rest. That's when Spirit and God get to work. But when you want to intervene and you want to be a little stubborn and you want to go left when they're telling you stand still or you want to go right, it doesn't work out. And then you're just prolonging. You're going to get to your destiny. See, that's what people don't understand.
Yes.
But I want to get there very smoothly, very nicely.
Easy and
easy. Yeah, I don't want to work hard. I want no calluses on his hands. No.
Because they're soft.
They're soft. Soft. I just love myself. I'm like, I'm not doing that. No, let them do that. Right. God said enjoy. That's okay. Yeah. I'm not going to argue. So that's what I'm saying. Like, enjoy your life. Right. Don't imitate someone else's. Be your own. Because yours will look just as good as theirs in another light. Yeah. And there's someone out there that needs your light. They're looking for you. They're like, where's that light? I need that light. And yours is going to shine for them. And they're going to see you. And that's what they're going to do. And it's just like, that's what we do. She has a different life than mine. But yet we still communicate. We still gravitate. We still connect. And we still feed off each other. And it never stops. It's just constant flow. And there's times that there's what? 2, 3, 4 months go by. Right. And we're not in contact. But I connect to her in spirit. I know where she is. Yes. I see her way over there. I'm like, oh, there she is. She's good. Everything's all right. And then physically, I'll maybe give her a call or give her a text. And then we stay connected. And that's what you want in your life. Right.
So there are people around. So Dr. S is saying that there are people around you. And it's so simple that are already around you that have the inspiration and love and compassion. So tune into those people. And so if you're having a hard time in life and, you know, you have the capability, or if you've lost a loved one or someone that you're going through something and you need some assistance, Dr. S can actually assist you in that way and create a session for you and connect with you and lead you on a path of actually assisting you and releasing some baggage or doing whatever Spirit is guiding him to do in assisting you. And so it's all open and available to you. So, and then the other thing is you can live your life just like Dr. S is saying, in being that unique light that you are, in the divinity that you are, being an inspiration, being love. And you know what, you can do little things. Like we've talked about kindness on some of my other shows, and being those kind, like saying some kind of kind word, that's building up more of your light and being more of yourself and all that inspiration and certain things that need to come into you, depending on whatever you want to do, no matter what you want to do, you have the ability to create it in your life. So that's what we're, you know, handing out and giving out and, you know, like connecting to you and letting you know that you're loved, you are completely loved. And because this is how we know, because we loved. Right. We are loved and we can feel it and we know it because the Holy Spirit resonates through us. And that's how we're able to keep. Let me tell you, when Dr. S comes on, when I connect to Dr. S, my cheekbones they hurt. They hurt because I'm like this. I can't get it because I love it. I love it.
We laugh so much when we do. And after my shows, we go out to lunch and there'd be 2-3 hour lunches because we were talking. It was like, girl, I gotta go. I got laundry to do. I gotta do laundry. Come on.
It's true.
Well, this was fun.
So thank you so much for coming on What's the Tea with Nikkolayla. And you know what? Have your tea today and enjoy yourself and love yourself more and more and be kind to yourself. And so I'm so grateful that Dr. S came on my show. I love him so much. And be good. Love you.
Bye.
Oh, that was good.